Apple is pretty much confirmed to be releasing a new iPhone 15 lineup next month. And for people like me that absolutely love the mini lineup, we're kind of curious if Apple is going to be adding in a mini to that lineup, or even worse, if Apple is actually planning to stop selling the iPhone 13 mini outright. All right, so let's just start off by addressing the elephant in the room. Is Apple going to be making an iPhone 15 mini? I've had the iPhone 13 mini for a while now, and I've made tons of videos explaining why it's the best phone available. With that said, according to latest leaks, Apple has zero plans to make an iPhone mini in the 15 lineup. The iPhone 15 lineup will pretty much be the exact same lineup as last year, with a possible addition of an iPhone 15 Ultra. All of the leaks, rumors, and renders do not include anything about a mini, so we can pretty much say it's not coming back, at least in the fall. It seems like Apple might be focusing on developing regular size to larger size phones. This is a bummer to us mini lovers, as it would be an amazing opportunity to have the newer features such as USB-C, a better display, better specs on a small, compact form factor versus having to get a huge phone just to get those features. To be quite frank, I do kind of see where Apple's coming from, as the 12 mini and 13 mini were not selling off the shelves as expected, although there is, I feel like, a huge community of people that really like the iPhone 13 mini lineup, including myself. And because of that, Apple decided to place their efforts elsewhere. But personally speaking, I don't think that they gave it enough time. I think 2 years is definitely not enough to try a new phone and see if everybody likes it. Case in point, a lot of people, including my fiance, still have older iPhones. She's using an iPhone 11 and it still works. And the only reason why she wants to upgrade is most likely because of the storage. And that is to Apple's fault. They kind of make phones that you really hang on to, unless you're a tech enthusiast that just needs the latest and greatest in specs. Therefore, I think Apple should have waited at least 4 years with the mini lineup. And if they lost some money, who cares? They're like $1 trillion company. Now that we kind of established that the iPhone 15 mini is not a possibility, let's kind of talk about why I think Apple should actually bring back the mini into the lineup. So the iPhone 13 mini, which I'm currently using, is the right size for me. It feels great in the hand and your pocket, and generally feels like the phone is barely there. Anyone that uses the 14 Pro Max can attest to how annoying it is to put that in your pocket or try to commute with it, because it's just a large phone. It's like a mini iPad that you kind of have to carry around, which becomes more annoying. And for people like me that just want less and less on them when they're out and about, I'm Canadian, having a smaller phone is such an essential. This phone's so small, it's just the ideal phone for watching content, texting. Like, it feels great in these hands. Another huge reason why Apple should bring back the mini lineup into the 15 lineup is because of the price. And I think this matters more so in 2023, in the current state of the world, with inflation so high across many countries. A lot of people just want something that is cheaper. So imagine, for a very low price, lower than most other iPhones, you can get the latest specs, the latest design, USB-C, and all that in the mini form factor. The price factor is a huge appeal to people that want to buy a new phone. The iPhone 13 mini currently sells at $599. That's so cheap, it makes me want to cry knowing that, again, you can get all those features in a form factor for just $599. And according to rumors, the 15 Pro is selling for not less than last year, but more than last year at $1,099, meaning that you can buy 2 iPhone 15 minis potentially for one 15 Pro/Ultra. That's pretty crazy. If you're on a budget, which, let's be real, who isn't, having a 15 mini in the lineup would appeal to you. And I feel like Apple will definitely sell a lot more this time. Now, the final reason why I think Apple should add a 15 mini to the lineup is specs. Apple historically has kept the chips the same across the iPhone lineup, except last year where the 14 Pro got a slight spec bump with the A16 chip and all the other phones got the A15. But generally speaking, they keep it very similar, and the speed differences between the A15 and the A16 are not that insane. So in a nutshell, that kind of means that no matter what phone you buy directly from Apple, you're gonna have most of the same abilities with the chip. So scrolling through Instagram, social media, texting, it all feels very similar, and you're not gonna get a huge slowdown when going with the 15 mini versus going with the 15 Pro Max. At least that's kind of what I think. So if we get the A15 chip in the iPhone 15 mini, the iPhone 15 mini will be able to do most of the same tasks with the same amount of efficiency and speed. But hey, there might be some good news on the horizon. Logically thinking, and I even posited this a while back, I think that the SE lineup is the perfect spot to slot in the mini form factor if they're not going to do it on the 15. If Apple wants to utilize the mini form factor, they can easily replace the SE with the mini form factor and allow Apple to have a more modern design on that SE lineup. Prominent Apple leaker Ming-Chi Kuo has recently said that the iPhone SE 4 will be delayed, but even worse, it's going to have a 6.1 inch display, which is bigger than the current 5.4 inch of the iPhone 13 mini. The good news, you're still going to be able to buy it from Apple for at least another year because of the way that Apple has historically sold their phones. Apple is still selling the iPhone 12. At the same time, it currently sells the 14, meaning that next year could be the last year that you'll be able to buy the 13 mini directly from Apple. So what do you think? Are you wishing for an iPhone 15 mini? Do you think that Apple should just stop selling it outright and move on to other lines? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you for watching.